All right, Captain B, what is the wise words of today?
Don't walk directly into poison oak.
Well, we didn't. Captain might have. Yeah. David, man?
Yes, sir.
What is the wise words of today?
Always listen to your captain.
I am gonna second that.
Yes.
Listen to the captain. Captain Bumbleberry.
Yeah. If we all make it, I guess we'll have to go and come back and do the shore to shore in Michigan.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Do the NCT section from like Marquette,
Don't worry, Captain. We'll be doing it with you. So you just tell us where we're going.
Yeah, no, follow Marquette to like I forget what the name of the city is. It's not Rainbow. Sunrise, something like that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that would be a good section.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like 100.
We was talking about doing something with Jim, but he's just abandoned us all the damn time, so he's no fun.
You heard us right, Jim. Where are you? Like,
Talking shit.
you left us. Well, the captain keeps telling us we can't touch shit out here. It's up ahead. It's like, don't touch it. There's a lot of shit we can't touch here. Sounds weird, but it's poison oak, whatever. Poison ivy, it's fucking everywhere. At this point, it's like, don't touch anything green. Exactly, don't touch that right there. And then the captain up ahead, he's just fucking running through it. I feel like when it's pointy, it's okay.
Yeah, the pointy ones are okay, the non-pointy ones are okay.
Those are like 50-50. Well, almost. Like, what the fuck is that hole in the ground right here? Oh, we're road walking to town now. Very disappointed in my team. Like, we could definitely have gotten a hitch. But then they're like, oh, let's just walk, we'll never get a hitch. They gave up. Very disappointed. It's terrible. Road walking is the worst. Especially when it's off trail. It's just killing knees and everything for no... Ooh, there's a car for sale. I could solve all the problems. You know, PlusOne does not like road walk. I wanted a ride and a hitch, but we hiked it. Green Valley Smokehouse. PlusOne is not the biggest fan of smoked food. However, I don't know why, I just feel like I'm gonna love this. I'm really craving for it. Smoked or not, let's get some freaking American barbecue. Heck yeah, baby. And there goes our ride back to trail. By, I think it was Bear, who is one of the owners. I think Barendale owns the smokehouse that we went to. I don't think I have any shots because I was eating and dying. But Salamander and his wife, two hikers we've been meeting for a long time actually. And I don't know, they were trying to get a hitch, so we pulled up like, we got you a hitch, you're going to the smokehouse? Yeah. Well, this is the owner. So now we got, I don't know, I think we're supposed to do 7 more miles. I've been dying a little bit today, but we'll get there. I think we got a huge fucking climb. There's no better way of saying it, sorry. For the next 1.7 maybe up. And then from there it's kind of downhill, flat-ish, whatever, small bumps in the road. All the way to whatever camp we're going to, so. And I think tomorrow we're gonna have a lot of climbing too. But 1.7 miles of a lot of up. I gotta say, I'm getting a good tan. Except for my nose, that's burned. I've been trying with the sunscreen, I keep forgetting it. I'll probably die of skin cancer at some point to lose my nose. Let's hope not. Anyway, let's do some hiking. Well, almost at the top. Tell you one thing, PlusOne crossed this damn mountain, man. Real food and shit. Steady pace all the way, baby. Heck yeah. Learning to... Oh, there they are. Not that far ahead. I guess they wait a little bit, maybe. Real food. I'll get +1 running. So, I know I talk a lot, but this feels boring recording nature all the time. I'll give you some of it. I hope the wind is not too bad. And I got headset on right now, it should be fine. So, yeah. Eating on trail. Not so much right now. I've had a couple of liters of chocolate milk and probably 10-15 lemon drops since we got out of Palmdale on trail. Did have some real food, whatever you want to call it, in a.k.a, then Aqua Dulce, and today in the Green Valley. So that's kind of what's been keeping me going. Out of Palmdale, I got breakfast, so I guess I've been having real food every day, kinda, ish. But whatever's in my food bag is just, yeah, I don't know. Trail food, can't get it down right now. So that is why it is tougher, because I am surprisingly a good hiker on body fat and just keeping going. People are always like, I don't know, in shock when they hear I've been eating 5 lemon drops in 2 days. Maybe it could happen, and nothing else really. Like, I don't know. I know it's not healthy, and I do try to eat. I try to bring out good stuff. It just, I don't know. It's just not been working lately. Everything else feels fine. I will say that. I have not been like puking or anything. Like I had issues at the beginning. I think the salt sticks really helps. I've been drinking more water. I think in general, I'm starting to carry more and more water instead of bringing out soft drinks and shit. Which I don't mind the soft drinks because I burn that sugar like instantly. But I'm hiking, so it's fine, whatever. But the water is functioning better. Could be because my sodium level, like the electrolytes coming up, so that might help too. Yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty great, you know, but of course, you don't have the same amount of energy when you're hiking just body fat. I think I am probably one of the better ones at doing that. I'm making it work. Everyone is always in shock, it's kind of funny. So yeah, every time I'm in town, I try to eat and drink as much as I can. Might be contrary to some belief because I have been a big guy and I gained a lot of weight the last few years. But I do love salads and all kind of veggies. I would say in general I'm not a picky eater. There's a few things, probably 5 to 10 things that I'm like, prefer not. However, I do love healthy foods, all kind of foods. So that's not really an issue. So that's also in town. I do really try to get a mix of just everything, like, you know, mix the vegetables, meat, anything I can get down. And I can't, like, I love town food. So I try to stuff myself as much as I can, also because I don't want to risk my body pretty much going into like a starvation mode because it's not eating on trail. So I feel like we should be fine on that. The doctors will probably know better. I know they're not going to agree with me not eating, but you know, I try. The last few times I cooked a backpacker meal, I just ate 25% of it max and then end up throwing the rest out because I just couldn't get it down. I'm trying to force feed myself, it doesn't work. Still, don't worry about it, we're good. At some point, hopefully, it'll get better. I'll have to go back to some fruit and stuff. And just, yeah, whatever. Screw the calories and just brings good stuff. Yeah, I think. Sorry for the long video here. I'm gonna show you the aqueduct. Let's do some zooming here. Down there is very flat. Bunch of windmills, everything. We might go a little more left this way, but we should be there at Hiketown, which is pretty much where the aqueduct starts in 2 days, I think. 2 days time, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. After that, we're gonna push a few days, 2 or 3 days, maybe 3, probably 3 days, whatever, into the town of Thruhike, where Dammit Man knows the people, and then we are most likely gonna take a 0, maybe even a double. I'm not sure I've made that idea public yet, but we'll see how it goes and when we get there. I will say, I honestly at that point could probably use a double 0, just, you know, catching up on videos and everything. It's it kind of takes all my, you know, time that I need to just, you know, relax. So I don't know, it would be awesome the double 0, having like do all the chores and then have a full day of just doing absolutely nothing, just rest my body and my mind. But yeah, we'll see. That might not happen. We got places to be. Alright, let's go. Alright, PlusOne is gonna talk again. We'll see if I use this today in video or in another video, but they're good. I got some downhill, it's good weather. Hopefully the voice will be okay. But I forgot how much I talked about myself, which that sounds kind of weird to say, but figured maybe I give a little introduction about PlusOne. If you're still following, you've been following for 1.5 months of hiking. So my real name is Alan Sacco. As you know, I got my trail name in 22, and yeah, at home I've been doing a bunch of stuff from here, so I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll open up about more personal stuff at some point. I don't know, I guess in short, I had a really rough childhood. Luckily, thanks a lot to my dad fighting for me. That changed at some point. And got some really good friends. And things got better, but still had a lot of stuff to work out. Heal myself, I think, from whatever I've been through. Which no kid should be going through, but you know, life ain't always going how it's supposed to be, right? You just gotta, I learned myself that all the bad shit that happened to me through my life, I just, you know, make the best of it. And I've decided a long time ago, I'm not gonna try to blame people, I'm just gonna constantly use my life to become a better person, be good to others, and spread joy. I don't know how else to say it, you know. We can make excuses for ourselves of what we've been through, but it's not gonna get us anywhere. We just gotta fight our way through it. Hopefully, if you're going through stuff, there will be people that can help you. Never be afraid or scared to ask for help. Nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be strong alone. Sometimes we have to. But yeah, I actually ended up skipping out of school at a young age because I didn't feel like it. I was doing other shit. A few years later, I guess, kind of got more and more of myself together. I was a big guy when I was young. Lost a lot of weight, had some really good friends supporting me, especially one guy. He's my best buddy now. Supported me a bunch. My family always did as well. And I decided to go back to school. So it's kind of funny because I actually quit what in Denmark would be gymnasium. So it's kind of like a mix. I think it's kind of like in between high school and college. It's kind of where we go for like 3 years, and that's what allows us to go to to get our bachelor degree and our major afterwards. So I quit when I was young, and I had a teacher, she was my German teacher, teach me German. Very common in Denmark because German is our neighboring country and one of our biggest export countries. So quit. She actually sent me an email at some point, like, you know, I think she was like a student counselor as well, didn't know at the time. Got an email. She was sad me quitting, you know, if ever needed me, you know, call me back, or, you know. Several years later, I found that original email, texted her back, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna come back and finish this crap. And I have never met a teacher being so stoked about seeing a student again. It was kind of cool. I don't think she ever had that about, you know, someone quitting and a few years they're like, you know what, let's finish this. So I went back to school. I had 0 absence, as I think pretty much the only one in my class for 2.5 years. Got pretty good grades. Took it very seriously. Ended up working 3 jobs next to it, student jobs as well. For all the Americans, I do apologize. I'm from Denmark, so education is free. We actually do get paid a stipend to go to school. So whenever you hear about Danish high taxes, that's part of it. We also have free healthcare. So that's why, sure, I do like to pay minimum of tax, but I don't mind paying my taxes because, you know, I get a lot in return. Anyway, finished that. Went to the university for a year, studied economics, realized it wasn't that fun. Well, I do love economics, beyond anything, almost as much as hiking. But I ended up taking a bachelor degree in financial management and services, is the English translation of the title. A lot of people go into banking, accounting, which is where I went. So I worked for like doing bookkeeping stuff for a company called Deloitte. I did some accounting at a trainee level. So I ended up hitting by like stress and shit because I was doing, again, way too much at the same time. At this time I was still doing my bachelor thesis and everything else. A bunch of other stuff. And apparently there was a limit to what PlusOne could push through. So that kind of broke me. And yeah. So I kind of quit, like, you know, I kind of got laid off because of it. And I think a year later, a lot of shit going on, everything was postponed for me. A year later I finished my bachelor degree, and my old boss from Deloitte called me back, like, hey dude, we need you. I'm like, well, I'll come back, but I have this plan of hiking the PCT. That was in 2021. And then, yeah. So I went back, bunch of stuff, it was awesome. And I am actually considering going back there because my former boss, he was awesome. Then he moved a little bit up in the hierarchy, and my former coach, she became then my new boss. Amazing as well. So my colleagues there was amazing. It's kind of like an extended family. The whole culture in that office where Alice worked was awesome. There's also a lot of flexibility for like having time off. So I could do, you know, some overtime, whatever, and then if I wanted, I could probably just, you know, if it fits, you know, I'll organize it with my fellow colleagues, and I could take a few extra weeks off, you know, use my overtime, or, you know, just pay for it myself. Anyway, yeah, then I went hiking in 22, quit everything. I had an apartment that I was leasing, whatever it's called. Quit it all. Sold most of my furniture because I realized, you know, it was more expensive to pay for storage for furniture than it was just like selling it all and buying it back when I came back. Kept the rest of my stepmom's house, some boxes, probably 20 boxes of stuff, and then I went for the PCT in 2022. And I think you've heard a lot about how that went. I didn't make it, but you know what? It was still an incredible adventure. And ever since, I felt like the PCT is my second home. So, yeah. There's a bunch of other stuff I might open up about. If anyone ever want to hear more about PlusOne, I know this is a very long talk. But yeah, now here we are. I was actually planning to do a big adventure in Scandinavia through Norway and Sweden in 2023. But life happened, and my dad got sick in January 2023. He was, sorry for the wind, I hope you can hear me. Honestly, probably at the peak of his career, whatever. He's doing freaking awesome, and he got diagnosed with cancer. And it was everywhere. So I took time off, my brothers did the same, everything. We took care of him full time, and he died three months later. So that kind of ruined my plans and kind of knocked me off course for some time, which I'm probably still dealing with a bit. He was pretty much the most important person in my life. I'm not always sure he knew that I meant it, but I did tell him before that he was. I'm not sure if he believed me, but he was. Yeah. So I guess this PCT hike is kind of, you know, healing myself. I don't know. Becoming the person I know I am, that I was before, both in body and mind. And I know that's a great guy, so I want him back. But yeah, so here we are, hiking the PCT. So yeah, everything I'm doing out here is about a trail, whatever it is. There's so much more I'm here for than just the trail. And honestly, all of that, and I haven't told you most of it, but only a little tiny bit. Yeah, a lot of it is more important than, you know, being a purist or doing the full PCT or whatever, but that's still what I'm here for. However, there's a lot of other things going on behind the scene in PlusOne's mind that I'm working on. But yeah, that's a little bit about PlusOne. And with hitting 10 minutes, yeah, I don't know. Hope you don't mind me sharing. I don't know. That's me for the had a pretty long break to rest my feet because they were dying. End of the long day. Now I'm pushing, I think, damn it man and Bumblebear will probably already be at camp. So I probably have a mile and a half back down this mountain. I could see the road before where I think we're camping, like a gravel road, so almost there. But yeah, had to rest the feet. Don't want them blisters, which can easily happen when you get really hot feet. It's been very hot the last few days. I think it's gonna be a 17-mile day. Plus, we had probably a couple of miles hiking into town and road, which really killed my feet. Really hot road, but at least the owner of the smokehouse, awesome, his name is Bear, he gave us a ride back to trail, as you saw in the earlier videos. So, let's get to camp and get some sleep. I think we might have the shot for the thumbnail today. Now I'm just wondering where they are. All the gear's there, but they're not. I think I saw Dammit Man's footsteps on the trails. I'm wondering if they're on a exploration or something. Let's go find out. I found them. I did use all my hunting skills to track them down. I went to the freaking store. PlusOne was like 5 minutes from calling 911. Anyone could have used that phone. There was no pictures, there was no sign of proper life. I was tracking Dammit Man's footsteps with my phone and my inReach. And my tracking pole, so I could fight off whoever will arrive. Guns or not, we'll take them down. But they went to the damn store and they brought me apple juice. Which is almost as good as seeing them again. But only almost.